All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the live stream. Let me just get myself on the screen here. The screen. There we go. Boom. There I am in all of my glory. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Let's make sure there's good audio and video. We'll get right into it, guys. What's up, Hugo and Keith? How are y'all doing? Just 8 of you present, but that's all right. What's up, Mr. Farrahill? Good to see you, buddy. All right, guys, we're going to jump into Bitcoin tonight. Look at Bitcoin and Ethereum and ADA, and we'll just look at the entire crypto market as a whole to see what she's doing from a wave structure standpoint. We're going to look at the SPX. We're going to look at the NASDAQ. We'll look at DXY, LTC maybe too. Of course, that's part of the crypto. We just kind of get a flavor for whatever the market's doing, guys. We'll look and see. I'm thinking to the upside. So my title says so. I think we're about to resume the upward trend. I'll talk to you about what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing on the chart, and you guys can make your own decisions based on that. But it's looking decent for the upside from a wave structure standpoint. For me, it just depends on what the market wants to do over the next week or so. So don't forget to hit those likes and subscribe and all that jazz. I got my coffee. I got cold iced coffee ready rocking, and I got my sparkling water here as well. Stay hydrated and stay awake. I'm tired tonight, guys. I may only have an hour in me tonight. We'll see how the night progresses. But good to see you guys, and welcome. All right. Good audio and video. Audio and video is good, Seth says. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, Eddie Bo, man. How's life down there in your neck of the woods? Hope you're doing well. I haven't talked to you in quite a while. Jim's going to give it to you. Whatever. All right, guys. Let's start with Bitcoin analysis here. And I'll show you what I'm seeing here. This is the 2-day chart we're sitting on right now. Let's get on the daily. We can begin to understand what we're seeing here. So on the daily chart, guys, we've got... first off, let's analyze what this structure was and how to look at that. And just figure it out. Now, I am an Elliott Wave trader, guys. Just what that means is I look at the market through an Elliott Wave theory lens. Okay, we look at the market through 5s and 3s. We put those structures together and predict where price is going based on those structures. We give scenarios to be watching out for, but we don't know where price is going. We wouldn't ever predict that. Wouldn't ever say we know where price is going, but we'll give some predictions of where price could go. And how the wave shapes might work. So it's always up or down. But I'm here to tell you, I think it's up, and I've been bullish for a while. But it needs to get bullish. If it's gonna be bullish, it needs to go up now. So let's look at the chart and see what's going on. Okay, so just looking at the macro. I know the macro needs to come down some more. Okay, the macro needs to come down more. That's my take on that. I don't think we've hit our bottom support. I don't think we've hit where we're going to bottom out. I think there's more. The real support, in my opinion, is anywhere between $3,000 and $6,000. Right in this range, right there is the real price support. So I think the market needs to come down to that range. However, I don't think the market's just going to dive straight down there. Okay. In fact, what I believe is happening is that the market is going to have a rally that's steep and fast. Okay. And if it's going to do it, it needs to do it. It needs to do it this week and next week. It needs to start doing it. But I think we're going to get a rally that's quick and fast and furious, as I often say, and come back and retest this area back up in here. Would not be surprised to see it get to 48K or even take out the liquidity that's sitting above this high right there, which is about 50K, 48, 50K. I would not be surprised to see that. Okay. That's what I think is going to happen. What's the Elliott wave structure that supports that? Well, the Elliott wave structure that I see on the chart is this is a W wave right here. We have a 3-wave move down to here. A, B, C, right there. And what's happening right in here is that we have an expanded flat. Okay? An expanded flat that needs to get back up here relatively fast and quick. And then let's give a Y wave back down to the support range down here. Okay, so let's give the Y wave down here. Now, in order to get this low, in order to get here on the fibs, the size of the move to the upside needs to go up. I would say it needs to go up to about 45 to 46K. Price really needs to get on up here if we're going to get down here the way I'm thinking about it. Now, the price doesn't have to go the way I'm thinking about, but from the wave structure standpoint, this is my primary idea, that we're getting an A, B, and now C. Excuse me. And this, we're in the process of 5 waves of C. Okay. Now we're going to talk about what all could be happening right now. We'll talk about this on the small time frames in just a moment, but we're in the middle of a 5-wave C wave up to the upside to finish this thing out, and we needed to get up to about 45, 46K. That would be ideal. That would give us another 3 waves down here to the 786 extension. Okay, and no problem getting to about $6,000 or less. Okay. Now, if you're okay with a lower target on that 786, if you're okay with like a $3,000 Bitcoin at the low, then price just needs to get up to about 43K, which is more reasonable actually. That is my that's a fib level that I have marked off as the 3618 extension of this move right there. You see it right there, right at 43K. So that's the way I'm thinking about that. So the question is, how are we going to make it up here? What's the wave structure? Well, best I can tell, what we have going on could be potentially could have a 1-2 right here, 1-2. Okay, let's go ahead and just label that 1 and wave 2. Now, what is happening here? Okay, well, this could be a wave 1 up to here with a wave 2 to the downside, right? Which was followed by another impulse wave. Could be another 1-2. We could have a nest of 3 1-2s. That's the ultra bull count. That's the moon boy count. That's the count that's going to take us to the upside. How would that play out? Well, it would play out like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Then we'd say 1, 2, all that's 3, 4, and 5. And then you'd say, okay, we got 1, 2, all of this is 3, 4, and 5. And that's how we get on up there. So once we start making our next move to the upside, it starts to get choppy, and it starts to get a bit more choppy and ending the wave, kind of like I've drawn right there. So, but that's a plausible count for a C wave. Gets us up to about 43K, which is, I think, where we need to get. If we're going to get down to about 3K. All right. So there's that's the bull count. That's what I expect to see. So on the small time frame, then what's going on here? What's happening on the small time frame? Well, best guess I have here, that this is a W, X, Y, X, That we have a triple correction there. Best I can tell. Because we had a nice WXY down to here. It came back up and then rolled over and came back down. So best I can tell, it's a WXYXZ. So that's a possibility. Okay. That means I'm looking at this as a 1 and this as a triple correction, wave 2. Now, the invalidation of this count is very simple. If this rolls over and takes this low out right here, the origin of wave 1, then we have a no-go on a 1-2. That's a very simple invalidation. Very easy to tell when this count gets invalid. In other words, if this thing wants to roll over and come down to the next low, then all of a sudden I am not so bullish anymore, because what it does, I'm not bullish in the same way anymore, because what it does is it wipes out the nest of 1-2s that I have. It invalidates that count. So if price rolls over, okay, this is very important. Price rolls over and takes this low out, we cannot be bullish in the same way that we were bullish before. We can be bullish, but it has to be in a different way, a different wave count. So for me to be looking for this, that's a 1-2. That gets invalid when this low gets broken. Okay, that's clear. Hey, Big John, good to see you. Okay. All right. So I think that's possible. That's plausible. We could have hit a bottom here. Or are we going to come down and retest the low one more time and then we're going to go up? That's what I've been thinking up to this point. But the wave action today has been crazy. Wave action has been crazy. So Aaron, if you don't think Bitcoin can go to $3,000, you maybe haven't been in the space long enough. We could totally go to $3,000, no problem. Are we going to go there tomorrow? No. Are we going to roll over? No, it's not going to happen immediately. In fact, I think we're going to pump up to the 40s and then down. Right? I'm bullish for now. All right. So basically, this count becomes invalid the moment this low gets broken. Okay. So there you go, guys. I'm feeling super lethargic tonight. Not feeling very well. I'm feeling okay, but I'm just feeling really tired. I was out playing baseball with my son today, so I kind of wiped it out of me. All right. So yeah, I think we could come spike the low here. If this comes down and spikes the low, that would be fine. And then comes up, no problem at all. But I need this thing to hold this low, okay? And I won't want to see us coming down and retesting it with any kind of. I'd love for it just to be done for now and just to head up now. That would make my day for sure. Well, if you can accept 3,000, you can also accept 1,500, which is another count I have. Takes us to 1,500. The historic chart of Bitcoin. I see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I'm not. I'm just kind of. Maybe I should ignore what you guys are saying, because from a wave structure standpoint, Bitcoin can do something new historically. I mean, the idea that says, "Hey, Bitcoin can never do anything new," is just you know better than that, right? You obviously know better. Of course, we trade probabilities and we trade the wave structure as it's developed, but I see a very strong possibility, strong likelihood of coming down to anywhere from I like the $4,000 better than 3, but it could come down to 3, between 3 and 6K. I really like the 6K area. So. I mean, guys, just getting on the monthly chart here. Here's the deal. Here's what's at stake. Maybe we get on the weekly chart just so you can understand where I'm coming from. If this is the top of a 5-wave move, this would have no problem coming down here and retesting these lows, no problem. Definitely like the 4K range. That's real. It's real support right down here. 3,800, 3,900. I like that range. To $6,000. I really like $6,000 a lot. There's a lot of price history around $6,000. I like that $6,000 level. So, yeah, we'd have no problem doing that. And this more than likely would be a wave 1, and this is a wave 2. Okay, I don't buy. I know there are other counts out there. Yeah, I'm not a big macro count guy. I don't buy the macro count out there. So if this is the end of 5 waves, which it totally could be, and this is the correction of those 5 waves, and then we begin something new. Okay. All right, anyway. There's the macro look. There's the macro look where I think we are. So we're in an ABC right now. That is much like this move right here or this move right here. I'll show you this fractal. This is 2019 price action off the bottom. Okay. This is current day price action off the bottom. Okay. You'll notice the fractal play in here where we've got a nice boom, 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 boom. Let's come up and let's go. So that's a fractal I've been watching. That's a pretty nice little fractal. Whether it plays or not, we'll see. We'll see if that plays. But we got bullish divergence on the 4-hour, no problem. It looks good. I think ultimately Bitcoin's pump and value is going to probably relate directly to the dollar's demise. That the powers that be are going to are going to kill the dollar, and they're going to take us into CBDCs. So, we're really in precarious times here, guys. We really are. And times that, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, nobody does. But they're scary times. And I just don't think, guys, we should have our head in the sand thinking that Bitcoin is just going to pop up here and just go on, forever, or do what it's always done. We're in a different time period right now, which they are changing our economy, literally changing the very nature of our economy over from a fiat fractional reserve banking system to a digital central bank digital currency system. So yeah. So what's happening here more than likely is they're going to give a final pump to the markets, not just Bitcoin, but also at SPX, the NASDAQ. They're going to pump the markets, hit the high again or get close to it, and then sell off. They're going to sell it off like crazy. So they're going to go back up and retest the highs and then sell it off, and they're going to take out the lows. And it's going to instigate a greater crash and a greater feeling of bearishness in the markets. That's going to create panic all over the world. There's going to be a run on the banks. There'll be a run on the banks. And that's when the bail-ins are going to happen. Okay? Now remember, we have that footage of the Federal Reserve Bank meeting, the FDIC, the Fed's meeting, the private closed-door meeting, talking about the bail-ins that are coming. Now, if you don't know what a bail-in is, the bailout was in 2008. The government had the Federal Reserve print trillions of dollars to give to the banks to bail them out, so that people that wanted to go get their money out of the bank, they could. They bailed the banks out. So as the banks became insolvent because of the fractional reserve money that they have on hand, the banks got bailed out by the government, basically with free money, okay, with worthless free money. Now, the next time we have a run on the bank where everybody is, where everybody goes to get their money out, you're not going to be able to get your money out because they're not going to bail out the bank. They're not going to do it. They're going to bail them in. And what that means is that your money that is in there won't be accessible. It will become part of the stock and the liquidity of the bank to do with what they will. They can withhold the bank. All right. They can withhold your money from you and only let you get so much out of it, like they did in Cyprus, in Greece, back in what year was that? Did that happen? But they did that. Was that 2008, 2009 time? I can't remember. But basically, people could only get like $100 a day out. And they still didn't have access to all their money when they wanted it. So in other words, the banks took your money, the bank took their money and took ownership of it to use how they see fit until they were able to do whatever they could to get through that time. So that's what's going to happen next. That's the next crisis coming down the pipe. Now, what's going to cause the banks, and what's going to be the thing that happens that causes there to be a run on the banks? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But there will be a run on the banks, and the banks are not going. They're not going to get bailed out by the government this time. They're going to be bailed in. You're not going to have access to your money with with the hyperinflation that we're seeing in the market, in the primary markets today, in which everything's costing more, you're going to have increased prices of things, of just the general goods for living. You're going to have decreased access to funds. Everybody's going to be crying out and looking for the government for the solution. Whatever happens that causes that run to the bank, they're going to be looking for that. And then what the Federal Reserve is going to say, okay, we have the solution for you. It's their central bank digital currency. And they're going to roll it out, and they're going to start giving free money to everybody in the form of digital currency. And they're going to say, go spend it on what you need, and go make it happen, right? And so that's what's coming down the road. And that's how they're going to more than likely inaugurate the institution, bring in, I should institutionalize, or to bring in digital currencies so that everybody accepts it. It'll be the central bank's digital currency that everybody will accept, because they'll be giving it free, just like they did in COVID. Remember, they sent all that money out to you and everybody took the checks and sat at home. Everybody was happy to sit at home and take the free money. And so people are going to do it again. Oh, the government's giving free money out. Okay, so what if it's a digital currency? That's fine. And then they're going to say, basically, your paper money is worthless, or it's going to become worthless, and you're going to have to go exchange it at the bank for a digital version of it. So you'll take all your cash in and you'll turn it in for a digital version of it. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, our world system is switched over to digital currencies, except it's not going to be an exchange of Bitcoin. It's not going to be exchange of Ethereum or exchange of all these other assets you guys are accumulating. It's going to be the exchange of central bank digital currencies. Okay, so what you guys and what we are speculating on is that when the system goes to digital, when the CBDCs are rolled out, the central banks are using their digital dollars. Your hope is that your BTC and your Ethereum doesn't become worthless. That BTC, Ethereum, and these different cryptos all will have a use case on the blockchain in that new economic system. Okay. Well, Aaron, your cash, what you have in the bank is still represented in cash. Your balance, even if you use a debit card, that's like using the cash system. It's still valued in a fiat cash dollar. Okay, that cash dollar is going to go away. All right, and the central bank digital currencies will be rolled out. So you guys have to just understand that, and they're going to use a crisis to do it. That's what you have to. That's also what you have to understand. A crisis is coming, and so the way I see the market setting up for that is that we've had a correction here in the SPX, for instance, which is representative of the U.S. markets. That we've had a downward shift, okay? It'll be a swap. Anyway, this is a downward shift in the market, and then you're going to see a move back to the upside. It's going to be a rally. We're already heading in that direction. Price is now trending. We've broken this trend line, okay? We've broken it to the upside. Price is trending back to the upside. Okay, we are currently trending. We've got higher highs and higher lows already set on the higher time frames. Okay. Nathan, ask your question again. I'm not sure. I see this, if we're looking at the SPX, I see this as a leading diag. off the top. That's 5 waves. Looking for a 3-wave retest of the highs. Okay, so I'm looking for a retrace in 3 waves. Okay, that's gonna be a form of a rally, and then the crap's gonna hit the fan, and price is gonna start tanking again, and it's gonna come down faster than this went down. It's gonna come down faster, and it's gonna be scary for a lot of people. Okay, now in conjunction with that, Bitcoin is gonna be coming down as well. All right. The NASDAQ will be coming down as well. In fact, all the markets opposite the dollar. No, I do not believe 5 waves down from the high. No, I don't believe that. Definitely not. I do not believe that count in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, that means that Bitcoin is going to hit new lows again. Okay. However, before that happens, I think we're going to see Bitcoin pump, just like the S&P market's going to pump more than likely, as well as the NASDAQ is going to pump more than likely as well. So looking for a pump and then a major market dump, just like we're looking at, in Bitcoin on the high. Looking for this pump and then a major dump follow. Okay. To finish out this correction to the downside. Now, I've spent many other live streams explaining my rationale for this wave structure and why I believe this is what's happening. I'm not going to go into that again tonight. I don't know that I have the energy to do it. Okay, but a couple of things just to point out to you that right here. This low right here, this low was a lower low after 3 waves. We had a 3-wave there, 3-wave there, 3-wave there. Finished. And now we went up. In other words, there's 3. There's 3. Now we're looking for the 5. One could argue, and I think some are arguing, that this is a finished 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's finished. That's a finished move. That's 5 waves. That could be your A, B, and C to here, and it's done. The only problem with that count is that it doesn't make sense on a macro level. On a macro level, okay, this does not have the shape of an impulse wave at all. In no way, shape, or form does it look like an impulse wave. Okay? It resembles in every way, shape, or form like 3 waves. W, X, and a Y. Or you could get 5, 3, 5 out of that. Though it's a challenge, it's easier to see it as 3, 3, 3. Nevertheless. A count like this, saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, I'm not a fan of that count. This doesn't have the extension we would expect to see. Could that happen? Yes. But the problem with that count is that wave 1 is going to be bigger than wave 3, okay, which is possible as long as wave 3 is not the shortest. That's the only rule there. You also need to get 5 waves out of each of these waves, which is challenging, but you can somehow try to swing it. You can get it. so it's not so bad. But it just doesn't give me the sense that we're really making that wave structure. My only bear count that I have that has us coming down from here would be a W, X, Y, X, Z. So in other words, that's the only way I see us getting down here. And that means we need to go down in 3 waves. And it needs to be fairly deep, about 1K. If that's a WXYXZ. I'm not a fan of that count. I tend to believe that we're getting a fast and furious wave, a pump back to the upside. It's going to surprise the heck out of everybody. The way, as fast as it's going to be, and the way it's going to take everybody out, it's going to take a lot of liquidity out of the market. Going to mess a lot of people who are short up, who are looking for, who are looking for more down from here, that we got a 5-wave move. I think it's going to mess people up. And I think we're going to go to about 43K, at least. 43K. And my eyes are killing me. Sorry, guys. Struggling tonight. So, yeah. Aaron, about blockchain. No, blockchain's here to stay. Blockchain is here to stay. More than likely. So my main count here, guys, is I want to see this move. I want to see us start working our way up from here. Okay, even if Bitcoin wants to come here and tag the low one more time, all right, fine. Come tag the low one more time. And then go up from there. That's fine. But I do not want to see this low broken. If I do see that low broken, we have to change our tune a bit on how bullish we are. I'm still bullish, but in a different way. So what's the new count if I'm still bullish if that low gets broken? Well, if this low gets broken, then I'm looking at this as my A wave. I need a B wave. Okay, then I'm looking for a C wave to the downside. So then all of a sudden, what I'm looking at is A, B, C, and now I got a 1 wave to here. And this is wave 2. We get 3, 4, 5. And that's how we get this ABC working. Like that. So that's the way I'm thinking about Bitcoin right now. Either way, I think we're due for an upward wave here. I believe we're due for an upward wave, even if it's just corrective. So my main 2 counts right now on the small time frame is I'm looking for either a 3-wave pullback and then a continuation down. Okay, or I'm looking for this to keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping. All right, let's look at XRP, Ethereum. What crypto games are you talking about, Hugo? Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that stuff. Let's look at ETH here. My main count for ETH is the same as Bitcoin. I had this as a possibility. It's a bearish possibility here. More bearish, but I was expecting, to be honest with you, ETH to come down and hit the low. I was expecting ETH to come down and hit the low. Still might. I was expecting all of crypto to come down and hit the lows and then reverse and give us a 1-2 over the weekend or something like that tonight, tomorrow. And it still might happen, but it hasn't happened yet. But this looks like a 1-2 right here. 1, come on. A 1 and a 2. Ready for this to start working its way up over the next couple weeks. Let's start going. Okay. And then we got a nice A, B, and now we'd be getting a bigger move to the upside. But this hasn't come up and taken liquidity out here, up here. Neither has Bitcoin. I don't see any reason why ETH shouldn't come on up. To get up to this level and just to stall out without taking liquidity out. I think it needs to come up here and grab liquidity, even get it back up into this range. So I'm seeing this as something like this. That'll be a nice looking wave for Ethereum. Then we'll be looking down for another wave. If you want to see the nice 3-wave shape, this is the same 3 waves, guys, that BTC made. That's the same 3 waves that BTC made. Okay? So if you think it's 5 waves, you have a 3-wave look to it. You don't have a 5-wave look to it. So it makes more sense to interpret what's happened on BTC as 3 waves in the same way that you see the 3 waves here on Ethereum. And then you got a nice impulse wave. Boom, boom. WXYXZ. Boom. Now let's go. All right, let's go. This is looking good. I do not think this is, Seth, the way this is looking right now, this is looking like it needs to resolve with a big move up to make sense of this wave structure. It needs to resolve with a big move to the upside. I do not think it's going to kind of come up here and then come down and then go. That's going to look too weird on the chart. I think just looking at the wave, I think it makes most sense for this thing to resolve to the upside. This week, guys, I think this week we're going to start to see this thing resolve to the upside. We do have NFP. I think NFP is this week, I believe. So that's a good time to be watching there for sure. But I'm still bullish, but I'm cautious. I don't like the downward counts. I don't think the downward counts make any sense to me. But that doesn't mean it can't go down. It just means that Jim doesn't understand them right yet. And I'll have to, if they go down, I'll have to accept the market as going down. And it is what it is. So I'm okay with that. But basically, my interpretation of what we're seeing is still bullish price action. And I'm going to be bullish until I can't be bullish anymore. Until they take my bullishness out of me by continuing to hit lower lows on the higher time frames and moderate time frames. All right, that's Ethereum. Let's look at XRP. XRP is interesting. Let's just zoom out a little bit. We have a really, really nice, guys, we got a really, really nice fractal working here. Just pay attention to this fractal right here. And look at this fractal right there. It's the same kind of wave action, okay? You had this three-wave move, then it rolled over and came down, worked its way up, boom, okay? Three-wave move, it rolled over, almost the same wave shape. Hit it low again. I got a 1 and a 2 on my hands. Looks about finished. And then this looks like it's about ready to start working its way back to the upside here for a big spike. I see a 80, 90 cents on the table. No problem. No problem here. I think this is very, very possible. Okay. That this works its way on up. Does it have to go up immediately? Does it have to go up this week? Not necessarily, but I think there's a good chance this market's about ready this week to make the move. Hey, what's up? What's up, Ayman? How you doing, buddy? All right, so I like that on the higher time frames. Let's look at the smaller time frames. You know, that count gets invalidated really easily, guys. I mean, super simple. Super simple invalidation. Oh, sorry. We can come lower. That's not a problem. In fact, I probably see this coming lower. Likely down here somewhere. To finish a WXYXZ. Okay? Because we're getting complex corrections like everywhere. Crazy. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Got a WXYXZ. All right. And then let's go. Let's see if we get going here after that. So I would love for this to come down and see the low one more time on XRP and then give us a nice reversal out of here. Something like this. That would be awesome. Whether we get that this week or not, I don't know. We do have NFP at the end of the week. So. ADA, same dealio. Struggle with ADA a little bit. What am I struggling with ADA? Well, I mean, I kind of look like ADA, like, you know, I got an A, B, and now there's a C. That could be done. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's finished. We're not going to go hit the low at all. We're done, and this thing's going to roll on up to the upside. So that's possible. That counts really good. That's as a 1, 2, as long as that low doesn't get hit, and as long as that low doesn't get taken out. So as long as this low holds, that's a good 1, 2 to the upside, maybe, after an ABC right there. So, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, buddy. So, yeah, I mean, maybe. So the question is this going to roll over and hit the lows again? Or are we going to get some kind of three-wave move to the upside and then come back down again for some kind of ABC? Or was this part of a flat here? And that's possible as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. And you got an ABC right there. That's a possible flat there. Hard to tell. ADA's tough. But if I just step back and I just look at it, all right? If I just step back and just look at it, the shape of what I got, I have an impulse off the bottom. Okay. I've got a retrace to the 50. Could be done. Might not be done, but it could be. It's a very bullish wave, and we could start working our way back to the upside. No problem. That could be a nice 1, 2. No problems. No problems whatsoever. So, looks good. Are we going to get lower low or some more lows? hard to say. We're going to have to watch carefully during the times when the market's moving. Let's watch and see what's happening. But with that said, that's my best guess for ADA there. Let's look at LTC, just because I've found LTC to be somewhat helpful in watching. 4-hour chart on LTC. Let's see what the 8-hour looks like. Man, the 8-hour kind of says, hey, I want to come down a little lower. So the 8-hour is kind of pointing down to the downside, a little lower. I don't know if that's going to play or not, if they're going to give that more downside. That's possible. You know, if we get that downside in Bitcoin like I was expecting, that downside in XRP, you know, just one more hit to the low, and even that downside in Ethereum that I was looking at, if we get all those hits to the low tonight and into tomorrow, then we'll have a nice reversal off of it tomorrow. I think that's a possibility. Yeah, I was looking at this as an expanded flat, Iman, for sure. Kind of like, an A, B, and C. It's not a great 5-wave count. The 4 overlaps the 5. The 4 overlaps the 1, so I'm not a big fan of the 5-wave count from there. But it could be a WXY even. That's acting like a flat. We've been getting a lot of those lately. We're getting WXYs that act like flats. We're just getting 3 waves instead of 5. So this could be a WX and then a Y that has a little bit more downside to come down and hit. Okay. We do have some trend lines we can pay attention to. We got this trend line right there. Something like that. If you take these wicks out of play there, that's not a bad trend line. If I take the top of these waves right there, that's not a bad trend line to pay attention to either. We got a lot of hits right in here. So that kind of brings this wave down this way, and it possibly makes sense. I kind of feel like we're going to come down tonight. Best I can tell, hit this low quick, hit the low once, and then go on up after that. As long as we don't break this low here, that's just the key, guys. We can't break this low right there. Now, whether we hit that low or not, no, but it's anybody's guess. It's anybody's guess. But anyway, is this finished? It's possible it's finished, but it looks more likely she wants to come down. Now, if she is done, we got a 1-2, 1-2 off the bottom, guys. If she's done, look at this. That's a 1. That's a 2. There's a 1. There's a 2. Here we go. All right, so if we start moving up to the upside, that's a really good 1-2, 1-2 off the bottom, and it means we're probably not going to. Oh, okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, that was my original count, buddy, on ADA. Yeah, and we have another wave down where I kind of like this wave. Then if this is expanded, then we up and then down again one more time. That's not a bad count. You go down a little further, boom, there we go. That's not a bad count. I like that count. We already hit the 1618. If that's an expanded flat, we already hit it. And we found support right here at this wave. I don't know. I kind of like it done. So let's see if LTC is a 1-2, 1-2. That'd be not bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. And then all of a sudden, what you've got is a WXY to there, man. WX and then a Y, something like that. I mean, maybe technically this 4 respected the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's an ABC. That's possible because it looks like it just barely respected it. I think it did respect it, so it didn't overlap on LTC. So there's a possibility there. Still, any way you look at it, guys, this 4-hour looks like it could keep coming down on LTC. It really does. So I'm wondering if we're going to keep coming down a little bit further on LTC, but I would love for it just to run on up to the upside. Look at this fractal on LTC. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We watched it last week. Look at it again this week just to kind of see. So right here, this is off of COVID lows here. Okay, and you see what we did. This is the same fractal as XRP. The same thing I was showing you. Boom, rolled over. Boom, rolled over. Little slightly different, but not that big of a deal. Rolled over, and then up, and then we chop. Up, now we're chopping. Okay, once we're done chopping, here we go. We're gonna get ready to start moving again. So is the market poised to go up now, or do we have a little bit more chop to the downside to go? So that's kind of where we are. But the fractal's looking decent. I'm still bullish. Still bullish on these things, guys. Really am. But not forever. I don't think it's going to go up forever. I just think it's going to go up for 3 waves and then come back down. Come back down for another wave. But that is looking decently bullish. Let's just see if it's finished or not. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq NDX here. So the NDX is looking, I got a leading diag potentially here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. And now I'm looking for a 3-wave move back to the upside. I got a 3, looking for 5 waves back to the upside. Don't think it's finished. And we could have a very extended first wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get something like that where we get way back up here. And it's really ugly, but it's something that could happen. Retest the highs, and then all of a sudden we get a 5-wave move back down to the downside that just kills everybody for a C wave. Okay? Just kills everybody. So everybody thinks, hey, we've reversed. We're going back up now. All-time highs. Here we go. It's a dead cat bounce. Retest the highs, and then down we go. So watch out for that. Okay? I think to be honest with you, we are correcting a higher time frame large correction. Okay, that I think we've reached a pinnacle here. We're going to come back up, retest, and we're going to come back down. Okay, see this wave right here? That's what we're doing. Okay, we're in the middle of this rebound wave right here. We're just going up, and then we're going to end up coming back down, and you kind of see where we came back down to the top, so we're going to come back down to here. Okay, somewhere down to 4,000 range, pretty low. It's going to scare everybody on the Nasdaq. But I think this move right here is what we're doing. Okay, and that's the wave I'm looking for Bitcoin. That's the wave. That's the big move I'm expecting. So that's what I'm seeing here, guys. I mean, I think that's what's happening on the charts here. That this is actually broken. This is broken the structure to the upside. Okay, it's broken up to the upside, so that's clear. On the RSI, it's broken the structure to the upside, and that's the weekly chart. Okay, so we're trending up on the weekly here for the Nasdaq. I don't think we're in a downtrend. I don't think we're crashing this week or next week or whatever. Or in the next 4 to 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks or however long. I think we're going to be in an uptrend. That doesn't mean we can't have down weeks. It just means that we're going to be in an upward trend on the weekly time frame. Okay, and we're going to be coming down much like we see this wave right here. Okay, that we've got an impulse to the downside now. We're looking for a 3-wave move that retests 60% of it or higher. And then we're going to end up coming back down again to finish. This is going to come down pretty hard. Okay, and then up we go. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. It's where I think we are on the SPX. Okay, let me get this off. Just kind of get all that crap that I drew off. We go to the weekly time frame. You just kind of see it. All right, let's look at price and the way it moves, okay? So, when you get big moves down, you get rebounds and another one down, okay? We got big moves down, okay? Rebound, another one down. We're getting a rebound now, okay? I don't know how high. It could take the high out. It doesn't have to, but it can. This can come up and take the high and then come on back down again, okay? That's what I think. That's the wave I think we're in right now. We're in an upward trended wave back to the upside for a little while until we hit the low again. Okay, and that's why I think Bitcoin's about to pump, just like I think DXY is about to dump for the same reason. Okay. Yeah, so the ultimate invalidation, Chemo, is going to be wave shape, okay? Right now, even if we break beyond these lows here, we still could be in an X wave to the upside. But the wave shape is going to tell everything, okay? So even if we break down here and then go back up in 3 waves and come back down in 5, then all of a sudden we've got a 3-wave shape, okay? And we still have a valid 1, 2 on our hands, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. So to be honest with you, if you're going to talk targets of price, one invalidation might be, well, the break, really the break of this low. The break of that low is really the ultimate invalidation, but we could try to come up with a better invalidation with wave structure analysis. In other words, when we start to see wave structure that is pointing to the downside more than it is pointing to the upside, then that's when we embrace, a more bearish look. So if we break this low right here, well, what we know is that we've broken this 1, 2. And that can't be a 1, 2 anymore to the upside. So that's going to be the very first thing we're going to pay attention to. That if we break that low, then we're not going to be as bullish. We're going to look for a retest. If it goes up, we're going to look for so if this comes down and breaks this low, we'll look for a retest of 3 waves, but we'll look for a continuation down to the downside. So that 5-wave up is a high probability X wave until it comes down in 3 and breaks above the high made around 40K area. Oh, okay. You're talking about... Oh, what would you say another all-time high is coming? You said, yes. Right. So, yeah, if we get some kind of an impulse... Well, shoot, if we get a correction here and then a move up here, if this goes up in 5 waves and then starts coming back down, we'll have to pay attention to how it comes down. Does it come down in 3? Does it come down in 5? How does it start coming down? So yeah, we'll have to get a 3-way pullback, which may take months to play out, and then another move to the upside. So yeah, that's going to take a while to know. That's going to take a while to know. But I do see us getting up here to this 40K range in 2 different ways. My favorite way is that we just go up from here. Okay. Something like that. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us up here, and that's the way I want to see this wave go up. Second way this can go up, we pull back a little bit, come down again. We got a 1, 2, we go 3, 4, 5, and then a break of this low is no good for this upward count. Yeah, right, Chemo. What time frame do you want? Iman. 4 hour? 1 hour? Let me know. I know there's a lag, so let me know. Let me look at XLM while you're writing your question. All right. XLM. XLM is ugly as crap, this wave is. But I like that as 5 waves. I like this as maybe a 3-wave move. It's really ugly. I'd like to see XLM make a move soon to the upside. But it looks like it needs a little bit more downside to go. Let's see. From the impulse down, I see that there's a fractal as a correction. It looks exactly like the one we're in right now. Let's see. From the impulse down, what? Not 14 hour. 4 hour. Okay. Which impulse down are you talking about? Fractal as a correction. Show me. You can also send me your chart, man. If you got a place where you can send me a link to your Telegram chart, I'll pull it up, check it out. If you want to show me. While I'm waiting on you, I've already done NDX, SPX, so I've kind of explained, guys, where I am. I'm expecting a move up and then down. I haven't looked at the DXY. Let me look at DXY. So DXY what you noticed here is that we have broken to the downside. We broke back up and retested, and now we're continuing back down to the downside here. We've broken. Okay, this is broken, retested, and come down. I don't like the wave shape. It's nasty and trash. But I'm seeing the DXY like this. Some 1 2 like that. 3 4. Now I'm looking for a pretty steep down move on the DXY. I think DXY is going to start dumping again. And then yeah, that's okay, buddy. That's all right. Well, this is my favorite fractal of what's happening from 2019. So I mean, just the way it looks is just amazing. The fractal. In fact, if you put the two here, it's almost identical. You got this 1 2 3 4 5, and then this kind of straight down move. It's almost an identical thing going on here, guys. You guys see it? You got this chop, chop, chop. Came down almost the same way. And then we're just getting all the same kind of wave structure here. So I'm expecting this to move to the upside eventually. And then and continue up. I'm looking for up this week. I am. Yeah, I'd love to see your chart, buddy. You might be behind in the live too, Adam. If you fast forward to make sure you're live, then you might be behind in the live. Yeah, if Seth, I just read your comment there. If you simply just look at the way the other waves have moved, like right here, like right, come on DXY, it's like right there, for instance, like right here. Yeah, I suppose actually you're right. We could kind of come down, then come back up, and then come on down fast. That might be the case. What that means for BTC, I'm not so sure. Oh yeah, fractal analysis is just good as far as it goes, but it's interesting nonetheless. How strangely, eerily similar this pattern is. I mean, what's happening, everything in this wave is just, it's beautiful. And so I'm actually really wondering if we're going to get that downward hit or not. Starting to doubt it, but we'll see. It hit one time quick and then go. Let's look at Doge from my buddy Merle, and sometimes it takes a little while to get started. Anti-BK takes just a low takes a little time. So and markets move with the timing of banks as well. So, we'll see something maybe tomorrow or Tuesday start to happen. I just keep that in mind. Once it starts its wave to the upside and gets out of this slow range. For instance, this was kind of a little slow, methodical range here, this little 1-2 here. But once we got there, she started moving. Then she played around for a while, days in here, and then she kept going. So, you know, you just got to keep in mind that these little things on the chart, these things take days to play out on this time frame, you know, a day or two even. That's 4-hour charts here. So just keep that in mind. Things take time. You got to be patient. Okay. But let me look at Doge for chemo, not for chemo, but for Merle, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night. Doge. Huh. There's no wave structure here, but that makes any sense to me at all, really. But looking at this wave right here, once it found this low, she went up, pulled back in 3. But I mean, so this may be ready to start rocking. That might be a 1-2. This might be ready to start rocking to the upside. Yeah, I think if we get the rally I'm talking about, people are going to be surprised by it for sure. So, well, guys, I love you. Thanks for being on the channel tonight. I'm kind of giving you my perspective. You know, it's up or down as always. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's kind of what the charts are pointing to me. You know, the invalidations, we talked about those, and let's just see what happens, guys. Let's see how the next couple of days start to play out. Make sure you have your stops in place. And but to me, this was a good area to buy some spot long. I did buy some in here. And what's up, altcoin bonanza? Now there's a guy right there who was my first ever Patreon supporter. Right there, everybody. Altcoin bonanza, the first guy to ever support me through Patreon. And he was the first guy in my Telegram group. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, Young Song, let me know what I'd be glad. I can hang around for a couple minutes. Did you know that? You remember that, don't you? You were my first supporter. Something like 20 or 40 bucks. I think it was like 20 bucks a month or 40 bucks a month, man, at the beginning. You're the man, dude. I think yeah, he literally, I mean, the first dude ever to send me money. That's funny, man. Are you still doing your videos on your own channel of the little S coins that you were shilling at the time? That's funny. Young Song, let me know what you need, buddy. I'm awaiting your question. I'm waiting on Young Song. Shoot me a email at jimofalltrades7@gmail.com, man, and I'll get you in my Discord. Yeah, you just need to post a link. You get a TradingView link, and you post the last portion of the link after the word X or the word it'll be like tradingview.com/X/ and then a bunch of letters, or it'll be /chart/ and a bunch of letters. Just give me that last portion and I'll pull it up. No, I'm definitely not a 1-2-1-2 from 69K. I don't think that. Altcoin Bonanza, I'm looking for personally a macro pump to about 43 to 48K, possibly, and then a dump down to $3,000 over the next year. So I think we're in the middle of a pump up to about 40, maybe even 50K, and then 43K is a nice target. And then but yeah, and then after that, basically my count is like this. It's a W, let's get an X, and then a Y. This is my primary idea. And that'll give the world time to fall apart. And we bottom somewhere in 2024 or so. And then maybe we start rallying back in 2025, 2026. So that's my main take here. So if you start seeing bullishness back up to here, then we'll look down again. Probably not going up for new all-time highs. Everybody's gonna think that. Everybody's gonna think we're going up for all-time highs, but I don't think we're gonna be going to all-time highs. But we'll reevaluate the wave as it's going up. So just stay tuned. Check in every week. Send me an email. Like I said, I'll get you in my my Discord, buddy. So anyway. Yeah, Seth. If not Seth, but Young Song. If this is a 1-2, oh crap! I mean, we're going to -70K. It's just that there's just no way that's a 1-2-1-2 to the downside. So yeah. All right, guys. You guys know what I'm looking for. You know what I'm waiting to see. On the micro, let's just mess with the micro just for a minute here, because the market's been doing. There's been real trashy movement in here. Best I can tell here, guys. Best I can tell is that we've got some kind of an A, B, C, or WXY there. Now we got a 1-2. So I think this is going to work its way down like this, and then reverse. So I think we're going to kind of come down, hit the lows tonight, and then rock on to the upside. That's my take. I'm kind of bearish tonight into tomorrow, and then probably up after that. So let's see how tonight and tomorrow do, and what happens in London and New York tomorrow morning, and then we'll go from there, guys. All right. If you're not part of the Discord, invite you in. Come on in. Doesn't matter what time of the month you subscribe to Patreon. You'll get you in there. And it doesn't matter. It used to be that you had to come in on the first of the month, kind of sort of, to get your money's worth on that month. But now they just bill you monthly whenever you join. So Patreon does all that stuff. I don't do it. So go to patreon.com/Jim of All Trades. My link is in the description. Glad you guys stopped by. Really good to see you, buddy. Altcoin Bonanza. Yeah, I'm not. Sorry, Young Song. I'm definitely not seeing any kind of impulse wave off of the top of 69K for sure. So I see that correctively. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum basically gives it to you. You've just got, it's very clear. It's a 3-wave shape. Boom, you're done. We're looking for 3 waves back up and then 3 waves down again. More than likely. Okay. So Ethereum gives you the shape right there. It's clear as day. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin as well. Hope that helps you. All right. All right, guys. Well, have a great night. SJ, S. Joe, Coco. I don't know how to answer that question. It's a good question. I'm not exactly sure how to answer that, my man. All right, guys. Love y'all. We'll see you. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.